folks. It's Sarcasm Speaks. It's Jared and Bob. We're coming at you a little slower today than normal. Yesterday was Billy's wedding, so if we sound a little weird, well, it's probably just because we're hungover or sleep deprived.
It's been a long time since my throat's actually been sore just from like yelling.
Yeah, same. I woke up this morning and was like, wow, did I do a lot of yelling last night?
Yeah. Like no cigars, nothing.
Yeah. A good time overall. Good times by all.
When did the lights go out for you?
They didn't really.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah, no,
Not bad.
I mean, obviously I had plenty to drink, but I remember everything. I remember the end. Well, because the whole thing too at the end that got annoying was we left the venue. We had to go back to our hotel. So this was the one annoying thing for listeners and watchers out there. Amy and I stayed at a hotel, the third hotel that was not near anyone else. So we were not out of the way. We were less than a mile away, but we're in the literal opposite direction. So we left the venue. We had to go back to our hotel so I could drop my stuff off in the room. And then we had to go to the after party to meet you guys to get one of your keys to get in your room because Amy's stuff was in your room. And so we go back to our room, then we go to the after party. And in the Uber ride over to the after party, I was like, wow, I really do not feel good. Like something just probably just being in a car, honestly.
Yeah.
Getting a little bit of motion sickness after drinking way too much. And when we got to the after party, I was like, I don't want to drink anything. Like I actually feel like shit. And so we just left. We grabbed one of your guys' keys, went to your room so Amy could get her stuff. And then we Ubered back to our hotel. So in the course of 45 minutes, we had like 4 Ubers just to go back and forth to all the different places. So, but I remember all of it, so the lights never went out. It was just,
I figured they were definitely going out for you.
No, I was good.
You might have also shut it down at one point.
I think I did.
At the or when the reception was happening, because it all happened in the same place. But
yeah, because I remember I also woke up with like wicked bad fucking heartburn this morning.
Dude, I did too.
And I was like, it was all the fucking Moscow mules that I was drinking while I was dancing.
I didn't even have one. I was just had fucking Bud Lights, and that was a big one I noticed was like my fucking stomach. Just like indigestion.
Yeah.
I didn't even eat. Like that was the thing is I was saying it's like, oh, I probably should have ate a couple hors d'oeuvres, but like I was up on the second up on the balcony and it was like, oh, cheesesteak sliders. I'm like, those are probably pretty good. I don't fucking want one though. Like,
right.
I just feel like that's just gonna sit in my fucking esophagus.
Yeah.
So it's like I didn't have any hors d'oeuvres. I just had the salad and dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Which may not have been enough food. I don't know. But like,
that's all I had too.
That was the biggest, but I ate before we left though. I don't know. It was like, that was like the biggest thing this morning. Was like, obviously I'm hungover, but like my fucking stomach was bothering me.
Yeah. The lack of food on my end was very much present. Because we just had like wraps in the room when we were getting ready. So I ate half of a roast beef and cheese wrap, but like, dude, it's a roast beef and cheese wrap with like lettuce and tomato in it. Like that's not, you know what I mean? Like it's so I ate that. And then I also didn't eat any of the hors d'oeuvres. And so, food, I was definitely lacking in the food department. Also in the water department.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's
Noah was trying to get everyone to drink their water.
Oh yeah.
Hey, kept saying, yeah, mix in a water, boys. Mix in a water.
Yeah.
And anyone who went to Bridgewater, yes, it is Noah from Bridgewater Intramurals. He was there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jones,
Yeah.
Jones, if you're listening. Because at one
um,
point he looked at me, he goes, "Did you go to Bridgewater?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, we played intramurals together."
yep.
He's like, "Who'd you play for?" I was like, "Scud Missiles." He goes, "Oh man, I fucking hated you guys."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, we didn't like you back too much."
Yeah.
It's all good fun though.
Trying to think. Oh, we had a very near crisis when we were getting ready. So there was a few things really. So we're all in Bill's room in the Langdon, I don't know, whatever fucking hotel he was in. It was a pretty cool hotel room. It had a second floor on it. Like it was cool. So we're all in there. We're all starting to get ready. And we're like, all right, Jared Mullane goes to put his shirt on and the neck doesn't fit. Like the neck is too small. I think Finn also had a problem with the neck on his shirt. And then so we go like they have like neck extenders, like buttons that like loops that you can throw over the buttons, so like it'll hold it together without the button having to be done. So we had a couple things there. Me and Vinny, our pants were way too fucking big. Thank God we had suspenders, because me and him were both like, yeah, man, like I know we're fat, but like we're not that fat. Like I can't, and normal tuxedo pants, they're like adjustable on the side. And these did not have the adjustable things. So they're just like this big floppy thing.
So what happened? What happened when you guys got fit?
I have no idea. Like the guy, I don't know. That it's funny because like obviously it's a super fucking fancy place and it costs a lot of money. And it's on Newbury Street in Boston. And you go in and it's like 2018 best tuxedo rental of the year. Like they have all these awards on the wall. But one, they didn't get any of our measurements right. Two, when I went to go try on my tux Wednesday, they put me and Jared Mullane's stuff. So like I got in, I told them my name, Jared Mello. They're like, all right, cool. So they're going, they give me the stuff and I put all this stuff on and I'm like, dude, this shirt is way too fucking small. Like I specifically remember telling the guy that I wanted a large because I tried on both a medium and a large like weeks ago when we were getting originally fitted. And I was like, this is way too small. And then the same thing in the shop, they couldn't do the top button and they got a neck extender and they still couldn't do the top button. And when they got to that, I was like, are you sure you have the right one? And they're like, what's your name? And I go, Jared Mello. And they were like, oh, fuck. We gave you Jared Mullane. And like the guy who was running it was like pissed. He was rip shit. He was like, he was yelling at the ladies doing the fitting, being like, you need to read the label. This is unacceptable. And I was like, hey man, like it's like, not relax, that, it's relax. Not that big of a deal. Like we have basically the exact same name, like Jared Mello, Jared Mullane. Like there's very small differences there, like the exact same spelling in the first name and very similar last names. Like it's okay. And he was like, no, this is unacceptable. And I was like, oh, whatever, dude, do you think? So then they get my stuff right. So I try on my stuff and they had to make some adjustments and some alterations and shit still. So I couldn't pick it up. Bill had to pick up my tux on Friday because I couldn't get back and forth between, North Attleboro to Boston, like whatever, like, because that night they had to do some alterations to Finn's tux, but they were like, yeah, it'll take 20 minutes. So just come back later. But mine needed so much work. They were like, we can't get this done tonight. You can pick it up at 11 o'clock tomorrow, meaning Thursday. And I was like, cool. Well, I work, so I can't come pick this up. So Bill had to pick it up for me on Friday, like I said. But so anyway, the pants, me and Vinny, way too fucking big. So we got our suspenders jacked all the way up. Like literally the only thing holding my pants up were the suspenders. Like if I didn't have those, I would have looked like I was a fucking prison bitch walking around with my pants around my fucking thighs. So that's that. So Jared's shirt still doesn't fit. Finn didn't fit. They got it figured out. Me and Vinny's pants are no good. And then we all had bow ties, right? But the tuxedo bow ties, like they're just clip-ons, like they wrap around your neck, you clip it in, you're good to go. Bill, now I'm not shitting on Bill. I love Bill. But Bill decided to buy a real bow tie. Do you think he knows how to tie a real bow tie?
Oh no, there's no way. Who the
Zero
fuck knows
chance.
how to tie a real bow tie?
We were watching YouTube videos. He couldn't figure it out. He's also he's
Yeah, he's fucking freaking out.
about to have a mental breakdown, right? Like he's like, I can't get this tie. Like I don't know what to do. Like I'm trying. So I got like the YouTube videos going, and then I'm trying to like tie his bow tie, and I got it super close every single time. So anyone out there is listening, if you know how to tie a bow tie, you can go ahead and make fun of me. But every single time I did it, I got it to the point where like it was there, but I couldn't tighten the middle piece, like to make it tight and actually a bow tie. Like I could do the loops and everything, but it just looked like a jumbled mess because the lines weren't tight. So I was like, I don't know, dude, I can't figure it out. So Bill's literally seconds away from having a fucking meltdown because he's like, I don't know what the fuck to do. So Jared Mullane calls, I don't know, like a Joseph A. Bank that's like 2 blocks over or something.
Dude, it's pronounced Jose Bank.
Yeah, Jose Bank. So he runs over to the Jose Bank, buys a black clip-on bow tie, and like runs back, gives Bill his bow tie, so he gets one for himself. Like we're good to go, everything's ready. And like the whole time the photographer lady is there with us, and she's like a little bit out of her element. Like she was super young. She was probably like 23 years old. And like, we're all just being assholes, like just doing dumb shit, trying to figure out how to tie ties, like can't figure out our pants. Like we can't get our shirts buttoned. And I'm like, this poor girl probably thinks we're like half retarded, which I mean,
she's not wrong.
She's not wrong, but still like
that shouldn't be the evidence for it.
Like for her to have to deal with us in that moment was, she earned every fucking penny that she got paid.
She probably got underpaid.
Yeah, probably. So then we go over and we do pictures and we do that whole thing. And then we had a lot of downtime, between, because they wanted to get all the pictures done because it was supposed to start raining. So like typically, like I think you do most of like the group pictures in between the ceremony and the reception, right? Like most weddings, but we got them all done early because of the rain that was coming. So guys go out, we do all our pictures. We come back to the hotel and we're like, we don't really know what to do. Like the wedding planner comes down and goes, yeah, you guys are good. Just hang out, do whatever you got to do. So whatever we got to do, we go over to the bar and we start drinking, and like drink, like it's us, we're just at the bar. And we're like, I don't know, like I truthfully don't remember what time it was at this point, but it could have been like 2:30, maybe 2:33 ish. And we're like, all right, cool. Let's like have a drink. And we all have a drink, and like the girls still are nowhere to be seen. And we're like, okay, let's have another drink. Like we were really timid on the first drink, being like, oh, or like, we'll just get one, we'll hang, we'll do whatever, and then we'll get ready to go. Well, after the first drink, we were like, are we going to have time for a second drink? Like, what are we doing? All this, like, when are the girls coming down? We're like, fuck it, let's just get a second drink. Well, we all get second drinks, and then we finish those, and the girls still aren't down. And now at this point, we're like, fuck it, who cares? Let's just start drinking heavily. So then finally the girls come down. So we're like, oh shit, like we're going to have to like leave stuff. And they're like, no, you guys stay. We have to do girl pictures. Then we'll do group pictures. So we're like, okay, well, I guess we'll get another drink. And can you see where things are trending here?
So weird with our group of friends.
Yeah. So between like 2:30 and probably 4:00, we did nothing but drink at the hotel bar. Finn insisted on putting it all on his tab. So God only knows how much money Finn spent on that bill. But whatever. And then, so finally we get another drink. And then the wedding planner lady comes in and goes, all right, we need you guys. So we're like, fuck, me and Chris just got a Manhattan's at that point because we've had so many drinks at this point. We're like, I don't know, dude, let's just get something different. Like, what can we do that's different? We're like, Chris is like, I like Manhattans. So I'm like, yeah, I'll get a Manhattan too with you.
Should have got rusty nails.
Yeah. So like, that's the level of like progression of where we were.
So
like
disgusting.
We had already had bourbon. We had already had like a margarita. Like we made it to Manhattans in our progression of drinks. So we just get them.
He got a Manhattan at Topgolf when we were in Austin.
Yeah, he got one.
It was fucking red, but
he got one at the rehearsal on Friday too. So
I don't know, dude. Chris Healy swears by him. So
yeah, I mean, they're good. I enjoyed it. So the wedding planner comes in and she's like, all right, we need group pictures. So we had just gotten drinks and we were like, fuck, can we just leave them here? And the bartender's like, yeah, you're good. No one's going to touch them. Like, well, I'll put a reserve sign out because we were sitting on the corner of the bar.
Yeah.
He put the reserve sign out and I was like, all right, cool, sweet. So we go take our group pictures and then we come back and then we're like, okay. And then on the way back in, so this actually, my timing might be way off on this, but on the way back in, the walk back to the hotel from the park, the wedding planner told us, hey, the shuttle is going to show up around 3:45, but don't get on until 4:00 because we're not planning on leaving until 4:15. So I was like, okay, so let's finish our drinks. And then we looked and we were like, I think we got time for one more. So we get on this shuttle and we're all fucking cocked. Like we have been drinking for a solid 3 hours at that point, right? Like we get on the bus at 4:00. Like we started drinking at like 1. So actually before that, because I got to Bill's room at like noonish. So whatever. So we get on the bus, we go over, and I'm one of the last ones out on the bus. And as I'm walking out, I see a bottle of champagne that we didn't open on the ride over. And I go, hey, you guys want this champagne? And one of the girls was like, yeah, fuck, grab it. So I'm like, all right. So I don't know if I can take it with me or not, but I literally just grabbed the bottle of champagne and like tucked it, like football tucked it. Cause I also had my bag with me too. So I'm like trying to hide it. I don't know if I had to, but I'm trying to hide it. We go up and we get into like the whatever room that we're all hanging out in, and they have more champagne. So then we just start popping bottles of champagne when we're up there. So like by the time everything, push comes to shove and we're going out to stand down there, we were shit-faced. Like we were pretty fucked up. But I mean, that's a wedding, right?
I think so. I've never actually been in anyone's wedding. So, I mean, I don't imagine it being any different than that.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, it was a good time. They did the Jewish stuff. They smashed the glass and then we lifted them up on the chairs to do that. I forget what that's called.
I don't know what it's called.
It's not the chutzpah, but it's something like that. Yeah. And then, like I said, I woke up this morning and was like, wow, I need probably about 6 more hours of sleep. I ripped my pants too.
Yep.
The second we got onto the dance floor, those pants that didn't fit.
How do you rip pants that don't fit?
Because they just don't fit in the wrong area. Like the waist was way too big, but like everything else was like, okay. And literally from balls to fucking butt crack just split. And I'm like, oh, I gotta go upstairs. I just literally ripped the fucking seam straight through my pants. So I go upstairs to change because again, I had my bag with me. Thank God I had my bag. Imagine like if I didn't bring it, I'd have been like, fuck. So I go up and I'm like, well, fuck it. You know what? At this point, because like dinner was over, we were going on the dance floor. And I'm like, well, I'm just gonna fucking roll with it. So I throw sweatpants on and my Crocs. And I'm like, let's get this fucking party going. And I come back down. Everyone's like, oh my God, that's such a smart idea. And I was like, yeah, it's totally what I planned on doing.
Yep.
Definitely not because I ripped my pants.
Yep.
Yep. So that's what happens when you cut up rug.
There was no rug.
There was no rug, but I cut something. So
it was interesting though. I think between the groom and what, 7 of you guys, Bill doing his vows, I think that was eight men crying. Definitely over 6.
Yeah. That was a tough one. I started crying at the hotel. Now, granted, like I said, the booze was flowing, but I was like, God damn, I've gotten soft to my old age. Like because at one point everyone was kind of like scattered, and I like Bill was stressing the fuck out, right? So Bill is like bent over the back of like a chair, like in the hotel lobby, like by himself. So I just like go over and like kind of am like, hey man, like how you doing? Like, do you need a drink? And he was like, no, I can't. And he goes, I can't have a drink right now. And I was like, all right, I get it. But like, you know, I'm just going to kind of hang and make sure you're all right. And then we just kind of like start talking, and I just start fucking crying. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm like, now I got to walk away, because I'm not trying to be like, oh, hey, Bill, it's your wedding day. I'm just going to start fucking crying.
Yeah.
But then the photographer was there through the whole time, and she was like taking pictures of us. And like part of it in the back of my head, I was like, these are going to end up being kind of cool pictures because it's just me and him. But at the same time, like, what the fuck are you doing taking pictures of us? Like I'm holding a bourbon crying, and Bill is trying to not have a fucking heart attack or a panic attack, which either one. And like, you're just over there snapping pictures of us.
If she has a still or like a single shot of Bill hunched over a chair and you holding a bourbon crying, I swear to God, I'm getting it fucking tattooed on my back. Like it's gonna be like an entire back piece, and that's what it's gonna be. If she fucking got that,
yeah, I would help pay for that.
Oh, that would be hysterical. That would be so fucking funny.
Yeah, so we'll see when all the pictures come out.
It was funny though, because like everyone, so it's like Jaimo's brother-in-law, a couple other people, like, oh, I was like tearing up with Bill or whatever, and I was like, yeah, I mean, I probably would have too, except me and Nikos were making an entire mockery of the whole thing. So as me and him are one to do.
Yeah.
He's great. So obviously we drove in with Amy.
Mm-hmm.
So the 3 of us were in the hotel room, and I was trying to get a grip on where Nikos was. So he calls me when we're in the hotel. He's like, "Well," he goes, "What are you guys doing?" I'm like, "Oh, well, we're at the Hilton. We're gonna go down to the bar at the Hilton." And he goes, "All right, I'll call you when I'm parking." And I'm like, "Okay." He goes, "This is a fucking Bruins game, so of course this team I fucking hate,
yeah,
it's fucking ruining my life."
It fucked me on my way in. Like, I watched my GPS, the distance, like the miles away, kept getting shorter, but the time didn't change. And I was like, what the fuck? And then when I got into the city, I saw everyone walking around wearing Bruins shit, and I was like, Jesus Christ, is there a Bruins day game? And come to find out, there was at 12:30.
Yeah, so he must have been pulling in when it was over. So he's calling us, whatever. So he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go." He goes, "I'm parking in the north end. I'm just gonna walk over." He goes, "I'll be there in 15 minutes." He goes, "You're definitely gonna be there, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're gonna be at the Hilton, like whatever." So he gets there, literally 15 minutes, pouring rain, walking over. He walks in. Anyone who knows him will appreciate this. So there's a black guy working behind the bar. He wasn't a bartender. He was just, I don't know what he was doing at that time. Like, he was just like running receipts, whatever. Nikos walks in wearing a suit, And obviously he goes, well, look at this motherfucker right. This is the guy working behind. He goes, look at this motherfucker, this James Bond looking motherfucker right here. And Nico's like, yeah, like brushed it off. But I know what Nico's was thinking. He goes, of course.
Yeah.
I walk into this one random bar.
Yep.
I'm the only black guy. And there's, of course, there's a black guy behind the bar.
Yep.
That's the interaction we have to have. So he looks at the bartender dead in the eyes. He goes, do you do triples here? They're like, no, only doubles. He goes, double makers.
That's perfect. Do you do triples here?
Yeah. He goes, do you do triples here? But yeah, of course, that interaction happened. So then the girls obviously don't want to walk in the rain. I'm like, listen, I don't love walking in the rain, but I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
But like Amy forgot whatever she was supposed to wear.
Oh yeah, she was gonna bring a shawl. She told me that.
Yeah. So she forgot that. She left that in our car that got valeted.
Yeah.
So it's like not ideal walking in the rain. Michaela's got heels, not ideal walking in the rain.
Right. Also, that part of Boston is cobblestones.
Yeah, I don't think we had any cobblestone on our walk, but
okay.
But then it like kind of wasn't raining, but then I like kind of was. We just fucking walked. Like it was gonna take way too long to get an Uber just to go a 3-minute drive, 6-minute walk.
Yeah.
So then obviously, so the ceremony's going, and Nico's had said something. He goes to, he's looking around. He goes, dude, if I had a wedding here, there absolutely would be like a fucking sting outside, like in the water. He goes, like Coast Guard, like he goes, I know that would be happening in the background. So he says that, and then we start hearing sirens. And it's like there were a lot of sirens going on. And I didn't think much of it. I was just kind of like laughing. I'm like, sirens, like after he said that.
Yeah.
And then so ceremony's over and everyone's talking about the parking garage that collapsed. And it was the government center garage collapsed. Yeah. And Nico said that that's where he was gonna go park. But because of the Bruins game, he couldn't park there and had to go park in the north end.
Jesus.
So he was gonna be in the garage that collapsed. Yeah. If it wasn't for the Bruins. He goes, oh, I might have to take a future on them now. Yeah. So I don't know what ended up happening with that whole garage thing, but
yeah, I don't know either. I mean, I didn't hear anything about like people dying or anything like that. So
I don't know if that was even the case. And obviously, like when they say the garage collapsed, it's like not like the entire garage just like imploded on itself.
Right.
You could have had pieces falling into the road, and like that was enough. Yeah,
or like part of the ceiling like fell down inside the garage.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like, yeah, that's wild. Well, they've been doing construction on the government center garage for a while. They've been like rerouting like the entrance way or something. So probably has a little bit to do with that too.
Yeah, I don't know, but they were talking about that, and it's like, of course, fucking sirens just going off.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I thought it was good. I mean, I don't know. I've been to like fucking 3 weddings, so
yeah, it was a good time. Enjoyed it. Like it's one of those things where it's like, it's very rare that a wedding isn't fun. But when it does happen, it's like, ah, shit. But yeah, no, weddings are great.
What happens when weddings are bad, it's always logistical issues. So like my cousin got married and it was like Mass in Somerville, Medford line. It's like great. And then the reception was in Billerica.
Okay.
Now that drive is about, I don't know, 30 minutes, maybe. Yeah. Maybe a little bit more. I don't really remember. But they gave us like 2 hours to get there.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
So, dude, people were getting there in like 30, 45 minutes. And then it was another hour before cocktail hour started.
Right.
So then cocktail hour starts. It's like we are an hour behind schedule, basically. And I'm like, this is bad. I fucking left. Well, dude, we were like sitting at the venue. I was only 20 years old.
Yeah.
Sitting at the venue. So I'm 20. I'm in college. I can't drink there, obviously.
Right.
I'm looking around. No one's fucking drinking. Like no one's up in cocktail hour. I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah. Like, what's the point of cocktail hour?
So it's like, I'm hungry. It's like cocktail hour hasn't started yet. Then it did. And I'm like, this is still not doing it. And like, I wait like again. And then it was like, I waited like almost like 3 hours and didn't get food.
Yeah.
And I just go, I'm fucking out of here. I'm going to go celebrate Leif Erikson Day.
Yeah.
And that's what I was doing is I think I drove back in a Viking helmet
Nice.
to go back to Bridgewater. So it's like, I'm like, that was a shitty wedding, but there was only a shitty wedding because of like the logistics didn't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or something. I don't know. Cause I was just like following directions. Someone easily could have told me like, hey, that only sucked because this. And I'm like, yeah, that probably makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Like-
can see that.
Like because you know what I would have done? I probably would have actually checked when's the reception. I probably would have skipped the church
Yep.
and I just would have went to the reception or not at all because I was only 20. Like,
Yeah.
what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do 20 years old at the fucking wedding?
Yeah.
Because every other one I've been to has been fine, but I think it's because I can drink. So it's like all that time that I wasn't eating and all I was thinking about was the fact that I was hungry
Yeah. Yeah.
and I couldn't legally drink. So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's like, all right, sick.
And it's like I knew I was driving back to Bridgewater. So it's like even if like someone was gonna feed me beers, I couldn't because I had to fucking drive from Bill Ricker to Bridgewater.
Right. Right. Which is not a close drive.
It's far. It's far.
So
Scotty Scheffler just won again.
yeah, I was just gonna say
That's
Scott.
3 wins, I believe, in 42 days.
Yeah, Scotty Scheffler won the WGC Dell Match Play Championship. That's a fucking mouthful to say, but yeah, now he actually just moved into the #1 world golf ranking. I just saw that pop up.
Yeah, I think it's in 42 days was the Waste Management, I think.
Yep.
And in 42 days, he went from 0 career wins to #1 in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
He won 3 events. He won the Waste Management, he won the Match Play, and he won Bay Hill.
Yep. Yeah, he's doing
I
okay.
think it's the caddy.
It's his third tour win in his last 5 starts. Yeah, he just got a new caddy. Wasn't it Bryson's old caddy?
No, it was Bubba Watson.
Bubba Watson. Yeah, that's what it was.
It must be the caddy because he was always like pretty good, but
Yeah.
just didn't have enough.
Yeah.
He's also won twice on the Corn Ferry, which say what you will about that.
Yeah. He also won me some money. I took Scotty Scheffler 20-1 odds to win this weekend. So I made I didn't do any numbers. I didn't crunch anything. I just looked and was like, I'm going to place a couple bets. I placed 3 bets. One was on Patrick Cantlay, 22-1. I don't even think he made it out of this round of 64.
He didn't.
Then I took Scotty Scheffler, 20-1. And then I took Kevin Kisner at 50-1. So the way the weekend played out, the final match was between Scotty Scheffler and Kevin Kisner. So I was like, all right, well, either way, I'm going to come out with some money here.
Free roll.
So yeah, like I said, I only made 3 bets. There were only 3 outright winners, and 2 out of the 3 were in the finals. And then the other guy didn't even make it out of the first round. But, Kiz would have been nice at 50-1, but I mean, I'll take a win. A win is a win.
Oh man, this is the fucking worst. So the DJ and fucking Corey Connors are still playing.
Yeah, they have to play for 3rd place.
They need to outlaw this. And I don't know if you want to make it T3 or what, but like just combine the payouts, divide it by 2.
Right.
Don't make these guys play. Like this is insane.
Yeah, they're on the 17th.
So Scotty Scheffler has won the tournament, and these two guys have to still play.
Yeah. DJ's probably like, I don't give a fuck. Let's just get out of here.
That's the thing is they might not know that it's over. And it's like,
yeah,
they're playing. I mean, it's probably for like 175,000. Means a
Yeah.
hell of a lot to Corey Connors. Probably doesn't mean shit to DJ.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, Corey Connors could win it on this hole, though, right?
Yeah, DJ's dormy right now.
Yeah, and he just blew that past the hole, that putt. So,
He might just concede.
yeah, I think he did. All right, so Corey Connors took third place.
Yeah.
So, I truthfully didn't really watch much golf of this tournament at all this weekend. And go figure, I didn't do any numbers, didn't watch any of it. And the two guys that I had outright were in the finals. So if that doesn't tell you something, then I don't know.
Did you
what.
tell Ian?
No.
Are you sure? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. Did you maybe unintentionally tail Ian? Because I think he
potentially.
He might have had the same thing. I know he had Kiz, and I'm pretty sure he had Cantlay.
Huh.
I'm actually gonna look it up because that would be funny.
Yeah, maybe, probably. But yeah, so it's funny, like the iPhone, every Sunday it gives you like your screen time for the week or whatever. And because I started my new job this week, I got the notification today and it said my screen time was down 48% for an average of like 3 hours and 12 minutes a day. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I literally like barely have used my phone at all this week because I'm just busy. I'm trying to learn the new job and I have to go through trainings and shit. So like I said, I did not crunch one number, did not do anything. I literally just looked at it and was like, I'll take his. Well, because the other thing too is like, I can't say that I picked them blindly, right? Because obviously everyone and their mother knows that Kevin Kisner is good at match play. And when I saw I had at 50-1 odds, I was like, yeah, how do I not at least throw $5 on that? Like that would be dumb. And then going through, I was like, well, Patrick Cantlay is really good. I like him. I'll take him. And then Scotty Scheffler has won 2 events so far this year. So I'll take him too. So it worked out.
Yeah, I think I have to scroll too. Well, I might have it. Because it will be really funny if we had you guys had like, oh, he had Hovland, not Scheffler.
Okay.
Yeah, he had Kiz, Cantlay, and Hovland.
Okay. Yeah, that would have been funny. If I didn't look for 1 second and then he did all that work and we just came out with the same people.
Yeah. I mean, that's not that, but that's not like a real stretch.
No.
Coming out with.
They're also good. Like I just said, Kevin Kisner, everyone know it's not a secret. Like people know that he's good when it comes to match play.
Yeah.
So.
And especially on a course that's not going to play long.
Right. So, I don't know what else we have that's going on. Oh, we got some great news actually. McDonald's. They must be fans of Rick and Morty because they announced that they're bringing back the Szechuan sauce. So the rare Szechuan sauce will be available again for a limited time starting at the end of March. So
when did that come out? Was it from Mulan?
Yes. Yeah, it was.
And that was like they didn't have it since then. Was that the whole thing? I kind of forget.
Yeah. Let me see. So in the past 24 years, so it came out 24 years ago. So it was originally for Mulan.
Did Mulan come out 24 years ago?
Yeah, it must have.
98?
Yeah, 1998.
Really?
Yeah, it says it right here. The sauce debuted in 1998 as part of a tie-in promotion from the Disney film Mulan. It's based on traditional Chinese dish and came with a Happy Meal that also included a toy based in the movie. And then, so this is funny. So this is on foxbusiness.com. And it goes, the sauce faded into obscurity until the season 3 premiere of Rick and Morty in 2017. In the episode, the titular Rick explains to an alien how much he loved the sauce while the creature tries to probe his mind. After that, the sauce saw a resurgence in popularity, especially amongst the show's fans. So this is only the 3rd time that the sauce will be available in the last 24 years.
Does it say what the other time was?
No.
I'd just be curious, like,
Yeah.
why?
Maybe they did it for, this would be hilarious, but maybe they did it for the live action Mulan too.
When was that? That was recent, right?
Yeah, that was probably within the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, it says in a press release, McDonald's explained that the sauce has only been available 3 other times.
Oh, 3 other times. Okay. Oh,
So one was the original release, one was for Rick and Morty, and then the other one probably was the Mulan live action.
Yeah.
They're putting a cap on it too. It says customers can purchase no more than 5 sauce packets a la carte. So you can just walk into a McDonald's and be like, yeah, I want the Schezuan sauce and just buy the sauce.
You should fucking just bottle it like the fucking Chick-fil-A stuff now.
Yeah, I know, right? Huh. It'll be only available through the McDonald's app too. That's lame.
It doesn't matter. I don't eat McDonald's.
No, I don't either, but I just think it's funny.
I don't even know the last time. So I genuinely don't know the last time I went to a McDonald's to eat.
Yeah.
Couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, to eat is important because I've been in a bunch of McDonald's to
I've been
pee.
there to piss.
Yeah, you got to stop somewhere to piss, and you're like, let's just go to McDonald's.
I'll say I know we went to Burger King in Portland.
Yes, yeah, down at the end of the road.
Yeah,
we were on.
I literally walked in and didn't know what to do. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Because I haven't.
Yeah,
because I never get fast food, like, ever.
Yeah, that was probably the last.
What do I want? I was like, what do I want and how do I order it?
That was probably the last time I've been to a Burger King. I couldn't tell you the last time I went to a McDonald's to eat. Might have been Thanksgiving, fucking, 4 years ago, when Jacqueline drove us to the McDonald's in Stoneham because it's 24 hours at like 2 in the morning after I got locked out of Jared Mullane's house. That's probably the last time I've been to a McDonald's or eaten McDonald's, because even then we just went through the drive-through. But I mean, I've had Wendy's quite a bit over the last years. Like, that used to be my thing when I was, depending on my level of hangover. Like, if it was a real bad hangover, I used to stop at Wendy's on the way home from Market Basket on Saturday morning, depending on like if we had gone out on Friday and had a couple too many zombies. That next morning going to fucking Market Basket used to suck. So on the way home, I'd be like, fuck it, I'm going to go to Wendy's.
Talk about fucking heartburn.
Yeah, get a double Baconator. Yeah, oh God. Those were tough.
So good though.
Oh, they were so good. It did mostly to just when Marissa used to make them. Michelle was good.
The cracked out lady, I would say the cracked out lady was good too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Michelle was fine, but she wasn't as good as Marissa. Marissa would, I don't know what she did differently, but those were so fun. Because with her, like, it tasted like juice. Some of the ones that Michelle handed off a few times, I was I could taste the booze.
Well, okay, yeah, she'd make them a little stronger, but sometimes Marissa would fuck them up.
Yeah,
I do remember that.
Yeah. Was it one of the times we went there with a bunch of the idiots? We all got, we're like, obviously you and I got zombies. I feel like it was Vinny. It was either Vinny or Finn. They got like a fog cutter. They got like something, they got something that wasn't a zombie. And we were like, dude, this is the zombie store. Like, you come in, you play the hits, like, just get a zombie and you live your life. I forget whether it was Vinny or Finn, but they got something like randomly different.
They got the mudslides one time.
Yeah, that was a day trip. I remember that. That's when Vinny spilt he spilt the mudslide all over the fucking bar. And then I think I threw my phone at him.
No, that was a different time.
Oh, that was a different time.
Yeah, because we were sitting in the other corner the time you threw your phone.
Okay. That was you want to talk about a haunt. That was a good spot. Yeah, that's another thing that came up too when we were eating, or like when we had the wraps in the room yesterday. I was looking and I was like, none of these have like avocado on it. Like, do they? And they're like, I have no fucking idea. So then Dickie was like, dude, you used to eat avocados all the time. Like, what's the deal? And I was like, well, turns out I'm actually allergic. And he's like, really? And I was like, yeah. So also I'm allergic to soy. And he was like, what the fuck do you eat that has soy? And I go, sushi. And he was like, what do you mean? What's soy? And I go, the sauce. And he's like, oh shit. Yeah, that's right. And I go, yeah. So remember how we used to get sushi all the time? And I used to feel like absolute dog shit after, and my heart would be racing. And I thought it was just because I ate too much food. Yeah, it turns out I'm allergic to soy and avocado. And what does sushi have? Avocado. And what do I dip it in? Soy sauce. So
yeah. So why was your heart racing?
Yeah. I used to think it was so weird because I would not drink sometimes. Like I would purposely like not get alcohol, and we would get home and I'd be like, I feel like I'm having like heart palpitations. Like, what the fuck is going on?
See, I used to just feel like shit because I just ate too much.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that also didn't help, right? It's the combination of
6 or 7 rolls.
Yeah. Of whatever that is, 50 pieces of sushi. Like,
yeah. Because most of them were 8, right?
Yeah. Like I think
that maybe the fancy ones were only 6.
Yeah. Or the other way, maybe the fancy ones were 8 and the standards were 6. But I don't know, whatever it was. Like, you're looking at upwards of 50 pieces of sushi some nights.
Is that bad?
Yeah, it's like, oh, dude, I wonder why I feel like shit. Talking about shit, the shits the next morning after those. It's like, oh, did I eat fish yesterday? Did I eat raw fish yesterday? What else we got going on? Anything?
I don't even know. St. Peter's is getting fucking worked right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I forgot that was on. I gotta switch that over.
Yeah, golf's over.
Yeah. I don't know. You want us to wrap this up?
We can wrap this up.
It's almost time.
So obviously I wasn't in the wedding yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I was just attending the wedding yesterday. So little hectic in our house because in addition to Leo, we were also watching Sammy. And Sammy's fine because he's older. But Leo decided that he didn't really want to be fine. And it was just like all like petty bullshit, like puppy shit, obviously. So it was like Sammy goes and plays with a toy. Now Leo wants that toy. Like there's some fucking moose that he hasn't used in a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Sammy grabbed it and now he wants it.
Yep.
And it's like now they're barking and it's like, God damn it. So that was a little chaotic. And even to the point, like at night, it's like he wouldn't calm down. So it was like Michaela had to take Sammy upstairs and then he would just go to bed downstairs. It's like, it was fucking just, it was a gong show.
Yeah.
So I also knew I was going to feel pretty shitty today. So I'm planning ahead. So I go grocery shopping. This is Saturday. I go grocery shopping. I come back. And while I was there, I'm like, I'm going to make chili. And then that way I can just take the pot out and I'll cook it on Saturday. That way I can just take the pot out today because I'm not going to want to cook anything.
Right.
Which is correct. I didn't.
Yeah.
But as a result, I basically spent the better part of Saturday morning in the kitchen just cooking.
Yeah.
So then I think at like noon, she left because she was dropping off Sammy with her sister and she was bringing Lee to board.
Mhm.
So it's like 12:15. I'm planning on leaving at like 2. So I'm at a point where I'm like good in the kitchen before I'm going to cook like lunch for us before we leave. So I go and I start packing my bag and I'm like trying to remember everything. So it's like, I don't need much, but like, it's like making sure I have my shoes and my dress socks. It's just like having little shit like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, I'll probably wear my watch. Let me grab that, pull that out. The battery's so fucking dead. Like,
yeah.
so dead.
I did the same thing. I don't wear like
I
nice
don't
dress
wear
watches anymore.
No.
So all of the watches that I have, all the batteries are dead. So
Are you supposed to
literally,
pop them? Like like on the watch I have, you pop the little thing out and that's how you adjust it and then you pop it back in. Do you think you're supposed to store it popped?
oh,
You think that's something that
probably,
people would do to fucking not kill the
probably,
battery?
yeah. That actually sounds like it makes a ton of sense.
Because which is it's also funny. So it's like my watch was set to 12:07 and just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
stuck. And I'm like, this is insane. I go, why am I wearing a watch that's dead? I look next to me. Nikos' watch is the same thing. It ain't
Yeah.
moving.
And I was the same thing. I wore a watch that was dead so it looked like I had like it was literally just an accessory.
Yeah, just to wear a watch.
Yeah.
Which turned out to be a little more annoying than I thought. But
well, yeah, because I kept looking at it. Because
Yeah.
I actually do wear a watch regularly. Like I have just a black G-Shock watch that I wear all the time. So I actually like use a watch every day or most days. And to have a watch that doesn't work on your wrist and then you go to look at it and you're like, fuck, I forgot it doesn't work.
yeah, it's 12:07.
Yeah.
So whatever. I'm like, that's inconsequential. So throw the watch in my bag, grabbing stuff, like making sure I have like toothpaste, deodorant, whatever. So I think I went back downstairs to get my phone charger. I go, oh shit, I gotta grab a wife beater to wear underneath the dress shirt because the white dress shirt I have is pretty thin. Go into my drawer, no white wife beaters. I go, fuck. I think I threw them all out when I left Mansfield.
Right. Being like, oh, why do I need these?
And I haven't wanted one.
Yeah.
Because she had asked me earlier in the week, she goes, oh, what are you going to wear underneath the shirt? I go, oh, white wife beater, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's 12:15. And I've come to this point. I go, fuck. So I Google the closest TJ Maxx or Marshalls. It's in Dedham. 12 minutes. All right. So hop in the car, drive around the Reedville station, take a right onto West Milton Street, get to the intersection in Dedham, funeral procession.
Oh, sick.
Great. So we're stopped, not moving. All traffic is fucking fucked up.
Yeah.
So everyone's driving like an asshole. Everyone's driving like a dickhead. I'm standing there. I'm not moving. I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Like,
yeah.
Why? Like, of course, I didn't fucking look at this. So funeral procession passes me. Take the left, driving, and now we got a cop directing traffic because now I'm going past where the funeral was.
Right.
I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So I don't know how long it took, but I had to run out at the fucking 11th hour to go buy white undershirts.
Yeah.
Because I'll just wear white wife beater. That's what I got.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's fine.
And it's like, that's the thing is like, I didn't even want to wear wife beater, but I'm like, oh, I have them.
Right.
So then I get there and like, okay, white t-shirt it is.
Yeah.
Of course, like the line's super long and everyone's fucking retarded. I'm like, this is awful. This is so bad.
Yeah.
So
Obviously.
yeah, that was my way to make day of as chaotic as I possibly could. And then I came back to like make like actual lunch. And I'm like, it's amazing. I'm like trying as hard as I can to cook 2 meals like when we have to be out of the house, or I want to be out of the house at 2.
Right. Yeah, I had a mild moment like that yesterday morning too, because I went out. I was determined to go food shopping yesterday morning, and I was like, "Fuck that!" Like I'm not doing it Sunday hungover.
No,
Like it's
I wouldn't have done it today.
I'm going. So I went in the morning. I always go Saturday morning anyway, but it was one of those like, like I got to be in Boston. Like I got to pack a bag. Like I got to do all this shit. And I was like, me and Amy were like, oh, I kind of want to get, breakfast or something. So I just went to Coffee Connection first to grab coffees and bagels and like a sandwich, like a breakfast sandwich, whatever. So I go there and then I come back to the house and I'm like, I got to eat this thing on the fly because I got to get to Market Basket and I got to get back to the house. So I go to Market Basket, I do my thing, I get back and I'm like, all right, I have not packed a bag yet. I have to pack my bag. And then literally I'm doing the same thing that you said, like, oh, where's my toothbrush, deodorant? I got to put all this in the bag. All right, cool. Clean pair of socks, underwear, that whole thing. And then like a sweatshirt, whatever. And I'm like looking and I'm like, fuck, I need to leave like now. So then I left, but I had plenty of time. But then, like I said earlier, I'm driving into Boston and it's like, the GPS goes, oh, you're 20. Well, first it started out like 37 miles away, 42 minutes. And I'm like, all right, cool, easy. And then you get closer and it's like 31 miles away, 37 minutes. And I'm like, oh, that's not good. And they get closer and closer and it's like 22 miles away, 35 minutes. Like this does not bode well for what I'm trying to do right now. And then I get in, it was bad. The traffic just got worse and worse the closer I got. And then obviously I get into the city. I'm trying to fucking find somewhere to park, right? Because then again, like I said earlier too, like we're at a hotel that's kind of off the beaten path versus where everything is. Like I feel like the Hilton was relatively close to the venue, and then the Langham was a little bit closer, and then the Kimpton where we were was just like the complete opposite direction. So I'm like trying to drive around. I'm on Tremont Street trying to find a garage, and I don't know. I missed the hotel. I'm like, I don't know where it is. I don't know if the hotel has parking. And I finally found somewhere to park, went up, dropped Amy's bag in our room, and then finally walked over to the Langham to meet everyone. And I was like, wow, this is a lot. Like, I think I probably left, I don't know, at 10:30 ish. And then I stepped in the door in Bill's room probably at like 12:30. So it's like, it's a good thing I left when I did.
Yeah. Yeah. We, cause I was like trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Cause I figure, oh, driving and parking in the city sucks. Like we'll probably just Uber. We don't live close, but maybe close enough.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, look up the Hilton. It was like $57 to valet the car. I'm like, oh, that's expensive. And then I did the quick math on what 2 Ubers would be. And I go, it's the same price.
Yeah. Yep.
So I like scramble, grab cash. I'm like, oh, I gotta pay the valet.
Yeah.
No, they just bill. They just put it on my bill.
Oh,
like I got the receipt this morning. Yeah. So I grabbed cash and I didn't fucking use any of it.
Yeah. Even better.
Yeah.
All right. So my final thought is relatively quick one, but I saw it flashed on my timeline today, or my Twitter timeline. 4 years ago today was the fake emergency message in Hawaii for a nuclear bomb. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
Someone pushed the wrong button that works in some type of government job, and everybody that lives in Hawaii got an emergency message on their phone that said nuclear missile inbound, please take shelter. And fucking everyone went absolutely nuts. And it was just like a whole, like, I think it was 38 minutes later, they realized that it was a mistake. But like for that 38-minute period, there were a lot of people that were probably doing some really weird shit. Like thinking that a nuclear missile was about to fucking explode. So yeah, like I said, I saw that today, thought it was funny because I remembered it going down, and then thought I'd bring it back up, do a little throwback there.
Yeah, so happy anniversary to the nuclear crisis that wasn't.
Yeah. Hopefully everyone in Hawaii is doing well now.
You know, someone like the doomsday preppers, like they've still got.
Oh yeah.
Like, well, remember that one time we got that fake thing? What happens when we get a real one?
Yeah. What if it was real though? All right. Well, that is going to do it for us. So thanks for watching. If you're on YouTube, again, like, rate, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Same thing, audio. If you're an audio only guy, rate and review over there, wherever you're at. Tell everybody you know about the show. We're like kind of going international. I think our domestic numbers have dropped a little bit this month, but we're international apparently now. We're in, was it Iran, India, Algeria?
I couldn't even point out Algeria on a map. Is
Australia?
That Africa?
Where's Algeria? It's West Africa. Fuck, I don't know if I can pull it up fast enough, but we're in a lot of like random fucking countries. We've gotten some downloads from
us in Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, so Canada, Italy, India, Iran, Algeria, the UK, Morocco, Australia, France, Iraq, and New Zealand. And there's been 2 unknowns. But I mean, still predominantly it comes from the US, but it's funny to see like where these fucking people are downloading from.
Not for long. We're going fucking Austin Powers.
Yeah. So keep telling everybody you know about the show. Like I said, help spread the word. Maybe we'll get famous. Who knows? Maybe not. Probably not, but maybe. Where are we at? Instagram. You can get us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. We're on Twitter at Sarcasm_speaks. Our Facebook page is Sarcasm Speaks. The website is sarcasmspeaks.com. So until next time. Oh, wait. Go to mybookie.com. I almost forgot those guys. Mybookie.com. Use a promo code SarcasmPod to double your first deposit up to $1,000 over there. Then also go to grillyourassoff.com. When you order anything from their website, use the same promo code SarcasmPod to get 15% off your entire order every single time you check out. So now that I've covered all the bases, good night, everybody.